I told you relation from A to B is subset of A cross B. Relation from A to B is subset of A cross B. You know, null set is also subset of A cross A. Cartesian product and relation, if both are same, then we call that relation as what? Universal relation. Means if first element is related to second, then second also should be related to first. If AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R. Welcome to the session, dear students. In today's class, we will be discussing concepts of relations. So now, what is relation? See, when you take A and B be two non-empty sets. Non-empty sets means what? Set containing elements. A and B being two non-empty sets, a relation R from A to B is a subset of A cross B. All of you remember, relation is subset of A cross B. All of you know what is Cartesian product. In my last class I taught you Cartesian product. Relation is a subset of Cartesian product. Relation from A to B is subset of A cross B such that R is subset of A cross B and every element is related. Element of A is related with what? Element of B with given relation. Always remember, relation from A to A is subset of what? A cross A. Relation on set A is subset of A cross A. Relation from A to B is subset of A cross B. And if A has m elements, very important, and B has n elements, and AB will have mn elements, and relation will have 2 power mn elements. Relation will have what? 2 power mn elements. For example, if set A is having 1, 2 elements, set B is having say 7, 9 or x, y, any elements. See, just we are talking about cardinal number. So set A is having 1, 3 and set B is having 5, 9, 3. So now number of relations from A to B. How many relations you can form from A to B is 2 power number of elements of A into number of elements of B. That's it. That is 2 power. How many elements are there in A? 1, 2. 2 into number of elements in B, 1, 2, 3. N of B is 3. So 3, that is 2 power 3 to the 6. 2 power 6. 2 power 6 is 64. 2 into 2 into 2 to the 4, to the 8, to the 16, to the 32, to the 64. So if A has m elements and B has n elements and number of relations, number of subsets is 2 power mn, number of relations also will be 2 power mn. So number of subsets is 2 power number of elements, you know. So in A cross B will have mn elements, m into n elements, and number of relations is this. And R is a relation from A to B and xy belongs to R, then it is denoted by x is related to R. For example, if I tell A comma B belongs to R relation, then the element A should be related to what? B. The element in the order, first element in the order pair should be related to second element. To make you understand better, I will take some examples. I told you relation from A to B is subset of A cross B. Relation on A is subset of A cross A, where each order pair, first element should be related to what? Second element. If x comma y belongs to relation, then the first element x should be related to what? Second element y. For example, if we take examples, it will become easy for you. For example, if I take A is a subset, A is set called 1, 2, 3, and I will take say B is 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 4. Any sets we can take. I have taken 2 sets. I will write a relation R, from A to B, relation from R from A to B, given by R is equal to order pair x comma y such that x is less than y. R, relation R contains order pair such that first element should be less than second element. So now first I told you relation from A to B is subset of A cross B. First our task is to find A cross B. First we will find A cross B. What is A cross B? So order pair 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 4, like that, then 2, 5, 2, 2, 2, 5, 2, 4, then we have 3 2, 3 5, 3 4. So I wrote A cross B. Now relation they gave. What is the relation? Relation contains order pair xy such that first element should be less than second element. Now I want to write relation. R relation is subset of this. I have to pick that element which obeys the relation. What is the relation? First element should be less than second. Here 1 comma 2, 1 is less than 2, I can pick that. 1 comma 5 belongs to relation because 1 is less than 4, 1 4 you can choose. 2 2 is 2 less than 2, no, I cannot take this. 2 less than 5, yes, you can pick 2 5, you can put 2 4, you can pick 3 2, you cannot pick because 3 is not less than 2, 3 5 I can take because 3 is less than 5, 3 4 also I can take. So this is the relation. You can see I wrote relation. A relation is a part of A cross B. A relation from A to B is subset of A cross B. A relation is what? Subset of A cross B. Remember that. So now you know, understood. Now you understood what is relation. Relation from A to B is subset of A cross B. So now A cross B has many elements, but I selected only those elements which will obey this relation. What is the relation? X less than Y. In the order pair, first element should be less than what? Second element. Then if I take one more interesting and simple problem, and let us consider A is equal to say 1, 2, 3, simple, and I'll take B is equal to 1 5. Now let us consider R, relation R. A relation R, let us write a relation R from A to B, from set A to set B. I am writing a relation from one set to other set, that is from set A to set B. R is equal to x comma y such that x is greater than y. In the order pair, the first element should be greater than second element. Then R becomes what? I have to select the order pairs. So first to select, R is always subset of A cross B. I told you relation is subset of what? A cross B. So first our task is to find A cross B. But without finding A cross B, directly you can select first element should be less than. If I club 1 1, 1 cannot be greater than 1, 1 2 I can 1 5 I cannot take, 2 1 I can take, 2 comma 1. Is 2 greater than 1 or not? And with 2 5 I cannot take, but I can take 3 comma 1 because 3 is greater than 1. That's it. This is the relation. Now my question to you, can't you write A cross B? Without writing A cross B, I wrote the relation. My question to you, what is A cross B? In my last session, I taught you A cross B means Cartesian product. Cartesian product means first element you should take from first set and second element you should take from second set. So A cross B is 1 1 order pair, then 1 5, then take what? 2 1 and 2 5, then 3 1, 3 5. This constitutes A cross B. Now I wrote A cross B. My dear students, I have to choose relation from A cross B. Relation is subset of A cross B. So in this I took only, what are the elements we took? 2 1 and 3 1. So we selected only 2 1 and 3 1. So is here, what is the conclusion? Conclusion is what? R, the relation is subset of what? A cross B. All of you know very well, this is a proper subset, so I can write this symbol. So R is proper subset of A cross B. So all of you know what is subset. Subset means what? Every element in R should be in A cross B. R should be a part of A cross B. So what is relation? A relation R from A to B is a subset of A cross B such that in order pair first element should be related to second element. Here they gave the relation x greater than y. So this order pair, so first 2 is greater than 1, that's why I wrote it. 3 is greater than 1, that's why I wrote it. But if I take 1, 1 is not greater than 1 and 1 is not greater than 5. 2 is greater than 1, I took it. 2 is not greater than 5. So only 2 elements you will get. I hope from this example you understood how to write a relation. My dear students, it is so easy. Everything will be given in the question. Order pair they gave and they told in that order pair first element should be greater than second element. The rule or relation is given. What is the relation? Is greater than. Sometimes they will give different relations. Use that relation and write it. Now we will go ahead with other concepts. domain and range of a relation. So much is there here. Domain is simple. Set of all the, first we'll write relation. First we'll write what? Relation. Set of all the first elements in the ordered pair of relation is domain. And then we'll write range. Range means set of all second elements. For example, so we'll go back. Here I wrote a relation. Can you see this? Here I wrote a relation. I can write domain. Domain means set of all first elements. What are the first elements? 2, 3. So write them in set, that is domain. Then range. What is range? Set of all images, that is second elements. 1, comma 1 you should not write. You know, set means element should not repeat. So 1 already I have written, no need to repeat it, so that's it. Range is a singleton. What is singleton? A set containing one element. Domain means set of all first element. Range means set of all second elements. Set means you should write one element only once. Now going ahead, so what is this explanation? Set A and B are two non-empty sets. Non-empty sets means what? Sets containing at least one element. R be a relation from A to B. Already you know R is what? Subset of A cross B. You know very well. R is subset of what? A cross B. Just now I demonstrated this with one example. And the domain of R is defined as collection of all first elements. Collection of all what? First elements of the order pair. In the order pair, select all the first elements, that is domain. And domain A belongs to A in the order pair. Then range. Range means set of all second elements. In the relation, each element is order pair. In the order pair, collect all the second elements and write it as a set. Set of second elements constitute range. So domain means set of first element, range means set of second elements. And if you take a relation, let B, C, D and B is equal to C, D, E, relation they have given relation, and we can also write inverse relation also for this. Then we'll come back to this. Before that, first I'll conclude what is called as domain and range. So now to make you understand what is domain and range, let me take simple example. So a relation or on set A is equal to 1, 3, 5 and B is equal to say 3, 4, 6. We give two sets. On set A from A to B, a relation is from where to where? A to B, given by or defined by, they will give the definition of relation. The relation is defined by R is equal to order pair A comma B such that A is greater than B. What is the relation? A is greater than B. Now first in the part of solution, I will explain briefly by taking all possibilities. Now first thing I am teaching you is how to write relation. Second thing what I am teaching is how to write domain. Third thing what I am teaching is how to write range. So now coming to this. Now first we will write relation. So what is R? R is equal to order pair x A comma B, A greater than B, they told. A comma B such that A should be greater than B. So first you have to select the elements from A cross B. So if I write A cross B, 3 and 9 elements will be there in A cross B. All of you know how to write A cross B. Cartesian product you have learnt in last chapter, that is last topic, that is sets. So Cartesian product is what? 1 club with 3, 1 club with 4, 1 club with 6. Then take 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 6. Then start with what? 5, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6. So now you have written A cross B. Now select the relation. Relation means what? Order pair in which they have given everything. First element is greater than second. Pick that order pair where first element should be greater than second. Here is 1 greater than 3? No. 1 greater than 4? No. 1 greater than 6? No. 3 greater than 4? No. 3 greater than 3 is no. So only this 5 greater than 3, 5 greater than 4, only 2 elements you will get. So 5 comma 3 I can pick, 5 comma 4 I can get. So I wrote the relation. What are the things here? R is subset of what? R is a proper subset of A cross B. Do you agree or not? So you can see R is a part. Only few elements of A cross B are present in it. R is a subset. R, see, without writing A cross B, directly you can write R. How? Picking the elements. 1 less than 1 greater than 3 does not hold 3. So directly 5, 3, 5, 4 we can pick and we can write it. Now domain. What is meant by domain? Set of all first elements. See, in the order pair, set of all first elements. What are the first elements? 5 comma 5. 2 times we have 5, only once you should write, because in set element should not repeat. Then range means set of all second elements. Set of all second elements. What are the second elements? 3 and 4. This is range. I hope all of you understood what is domain and range. Domain means set of all first elements in the relation. Range means set of all second elements in the relation. Let us go ahead with what? Inverse relation. So inverse relation, for a relation from A to B, inverse relation is denoted by R inverse. So R power minus 1, we read it as what? R inverse. We read this as what? R inverse. How to read this? R inverse. This is a notation. R inverse. R power minus 1 is read as what? R inverse will read it. For a relation R from A to B, there exists inverse from B to A. Inverse is from B to A. If R is from A to B, inverse will be ulta. Inverse will be reverse of it. And if you have xy order pair, here it will become yx. Here it will become what? Yx. For example, from set A to set B, they wrote a relation 1A, 1B, 2A. R inverse will be reverse. A1 and B1, reverse it. And A2. This is R inverse. This is from B to A. See, R inverse will be subset of B cross A, whereas this will be subset of A cross B. Understood? So, if I take a relation containing order pair, if you want inverse, interchange what? First element with second and second with first. If R is subset of A cross B, then R inverse will be subset of B cross A. And we can also develop it. We can also take one example to understand this better. In exercise we have so many. Then identity relation. A non-empty relation IA is defined by IA is equal to A comma A, means element is related to itself and A belongs to the given set, is called as identity relation. For example, is equal to, if I take is equal to any element is equal to itself. 2 is equal to 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 1, 1. So if a relation, suppose I will take a relation on A is equal to 1, 2, given by IA means it contains order pairs 1, 1 and 2, 2. First element is related to first and second is related to what? Second. So we call it as what? Identity relation. So it contains A comma A, where A belongs to what? The given set. Then, so I taught you what is inverse relation. Inverse relation means xy, if it is present in R, then R inverse contains yx. And very important, this is from A to B means this will be from B to A. This is the first definition we studied. Now I told identity relation. For all A belongs to, for A belongs to A, identity relation means order pair A comma A, means that element should be related to itself. Then null relation or void relation. A relation, let A be non-empty set. A contains elements. Non-empty set means what? Set with some elements. We know that null set is subset of any set. All of you know null set is subset of what? Any set. And hence null set is a relation on A. So null set is called as what? Null relation, void relation. So interesting, you can define so many void relations. For example, on A, on set A is equal to say 1, 2, 3, a relation R is equal to x comma y such that x plus y is 10. Means when I take order pair and add, I should get 10. So first, if I want to write the solution, first I should find A cross A. What is A cross A? Cartesian product of A with A. That will become what? 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. Then start with 2 2 1, 2 2, 2 3. Then start with 3 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. So many we wrote. Now I want relation. What is the relation they give? Pick the order pair. Pick the order pair where if I add these two I should get what? 10. They gave order pair, relation contains order pair, rule is given. What is the rule? X plus y is 10. Suppose this is a problem. So now 1 plus 1 is not 10, 1 plus 2 is not 10. Do we have any sum giving you 10? At last we have 3 3, 3 3 if you add 6. So we will get a null set. So relation I will get null set. Null set is also subset of A cross A. So null set I will get. This is void relation. What relation? Void relation. Or other name is what? Other name is null relation. I hope all of you understood. And I got null set. Null set is also subset of A cross A. For any set, null set acts as subset. That's what I taught you in subsets. For any given set, empty set or null set is a subset. So now I got relation without any elements. Relation without any elements means empty relation. Empty relation is also called as void relation, or we say null relation. Okay, now we'll go to universal relation. Universal relation on any set is R is equal to A cross A. If a relation R on set A is same as A cross A, Cartesian product and relation if both are same, then we call that relation as what? Universal relation. So to make you understand better, let me take one example. Consider a relation on set. Let us take a set on A is equal to say 1 2 3 given by relation they will give like this: x comma y or a comma b such that x plus y is less than 7. This is the relation they give, supposing. Now my question to you, what is A cross A? What is Cartesian product of A cross A? A cross A means Cartesian product of 1 2 3 with 1 2 3 gives you what? 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, then 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, then 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. So now I wrote Cartesian product. All of you know how to write A cross A. Then R. What is R? Relation x comma y such that x plus y less than 7. Means when you add the elements it should be less than 7. Means if I take 1 1 first element, what is first element? 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1, 1 plus 1 is what? Less than 7. What is 1 plus 1? 2. 2 is less than 7. I can select. This belongs to relation. 1 2 belongs to relation. And 1 3 belongs to relation. 2 1 belongs to relation. 2 2 belongs to relation. 2 3 belongs to relation. 3 1 belongs to relation. 3 2 belongs to relation. 3 3 also belongs to relation. Please observe, I got all the elements because 3 plus 3 is what? 6. 6 is less than 7. I have to pick that elements where their sum should be less than 7. All the elements if you add, the sum is less than 7. If you observe this, R value is same as A cross A. Therefore, we call this R as what? Universal relation. R is same as Cartesian product. If R from A to B is equal to A cross B, or R from R on set A is A cross A, if relation and Cartesian product both are same, then we call that relation as what? Universal relation. This is a universal relation, one of the interesting type. So now you know inverse, you know identity, you know universal. Now we will go to the standard types. From here it is important, reflexive relation. What is reflexive relation? A relation R on non-empty set A is said to be reflexive if A comma A belongs to R for all A belongs to given set. Means every element should reflect to itself. For all, we simply say for all A belongs to given set if A comma A also belongs to R. Every element, if I have 3 elements, all 3 elements should be related to itself. If I have 1 2 3, then you should have 1 1 2 2 3 3. So remember this. What is reflexive? For all A belongs to A, if A comma A belongs to R, then we say relation is what? Reflexive. Here ABC. Relation 1 they gave AA BB is there. Relation 2 they gave AA BB CC. So this is not reflexive because it does not contain CC. But here AA BB CC for all, we'll read this symbol as what? For all means this element and this element and this element, all three should be reflexive. Means this should be contain this, means A with A, B with B, C with C we should have. So R2 is reflexive whereas R1 is not reflexive. For example, in a suppose set is A, relation R on A is said to be reflexive. I can call this as reflexive if relation contains 1 1 2 2 and 3 3. If relation contains 1 1 2 2 3 3, then I can call this relation as what? Reflexive. We have three important relations. From here it is most important for you to solve the exercise problems. So for all A belongs to given set, if A comma A also belongs to the relation, then we say the relation is what? Reflexive. Other than reflexive we have symmetric. The next one is what? Symmetric relation. Very interesting. If you have an order pair in the relation, its reverse also should be present. Means if A is related to B, then B should be related to A. So here we say like this, if A comma B belongs to R, that implies B comma A also should belong to R, then we say R is symmetric. If an order pair is present in the relation, then its reverse also should be present in the relation. See here 2 3 is there, 3 2 is there. So 2 3 is there, its reverse 3 2 is also there. 3 4 is there, 4 3 is also there. So R1 is reflexive. Here 1 5 is there, its reverse 5 1 is there. 2 5 is there, 5 2 is there. So this is also symmetric and this is also symmetric. Symmetric means what? If suppose AB is present in relation, if an order pair belongs to R, then its reverse, what is its reverse? Then BA also should belong to R. If AB belongs to R, then BA should belong to R, then we say R is reflexive. So R is said to be reflexive if an order pair is present in relation, its reverse also should be present in relation, then we say R is what? Reflexive. Here you can see 2 3 is there, its reverse 3 2 is there. Means if first element is related to second, then second also should be related to first, then we call that relation as what? Reflexive. Symmetric relation. What we call it as? Symmetric relation. Is parallel to. For example, a line AB is parallel to what? CD. So I will draw two lines AB and CD. AB is parallel to CD. What about CD? CD is also parallel to what? AB. Or line 1, say this is L1 and this is L2. So L1 is parallel to L2. Therefore L2 is also parallel to what? L1. The relation is parallel to in set of lines in a plane is symmetric. Symmetric means what? If AB belongs to R, then BA also should belong to R, then we call that relation as symmetric. First one, reflexive. Reflexive means what? For all A belongs to given set, if A comma A belongs to R, we say reflexive. Second one, symmetric. What is symmetric? If AB belongs to R, then BA should belong to R, then we say it is symmetric. Then we have transitive. After this what we have? Transitive. Interesting and important. Transitive means if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R. If first element is related to second and second is related to third, then first and third should be related. If A is related to B and B is related to C, then A should be related to what? C. So if AB belongs to relation, means first element is related to second and second is also related to third and BC also belongs to R. If these two is true, these two are true, then AC, first element, should also be related with last element. AC should belong to R. Then we say R is transitive. For example, is less than. Say I'll take three elements. 2 is less than 5. Do you agree? So is less than, and 5 is less than 10. Do you agree? What about first and last? First and last means 2 and 10. 2 is less than what? 10. First element is less than second and second is less than third. Therefore, first is less than what? Third. 2 is less than 5 and 5 is less than 10. Therefore, 2 is less than what? 10. So now I hope all of you understood what is transitive. What is transitive? If AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R, then we call it as transitive. And last but important, that is equivalence. So equivalence relation. A relation is said to be equivalence if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. If relation should obey reflexive and it should also obey reflexive, symmetric, transitive. If all three holds good, then we call that relation as what? Equivalence. If a relation is reflexive and symmetric and transitive, then it is equivalence. So by this If I ask you to prove equivalence, first you should prove what? Reflexive. What is reflexive, my dear students? Reflexive means what? For all A belongs to given set, if A comma A belongs to R, then we say R is reflexive. What is symmetric? Symmetric means what? If AB belongs to R, if AB belongs to R, implies its reverse, BA should belong to R. If first element is related to second, then second should be related to first, then we say symmetric. Then what is transitive? Transitive means what? If AB belongs to R, comma BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R. Then AC should belong to what? R. Remember, my dear students, if you are thorough with the definitions, then the problems become simple. What is reflexive? For all A belongs to R, if A comma A belongs to R, we say R is reflexive. Symmetric, if AB belongs to R, then it's reverse, then BA should belong to R, then we say R is symmetric. Transitive, if AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R, then AC should belong to R, then it is transitive. If a relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we call it as what? Equivalence. For my next session, I expect you people to learn reflexive, symmetric, transitive, equivalence. These four are more than sufficient to do the problems. Please summarize all the relations and attend the session so that you can understand better. So I told equivalence relation. Then in equivalence relation we have different types of problems. We'll go ahead with the problems also in my next session. So in today's session I taught you definition. Sit and recollect the definition. Open your NCERT textbook and go through and watch this video. All the definitions with examples I have concluded, and in my next session we'll be going ahead with what? Problems. Till then, thank you. See you.